Hello everyone, welcome to AT Gameplay. We are back with Cinderella Phenomenon Rod's Route. Funny story, I've already recorded this chapter, or not chapter, but this video, but I ended up messing up big time, so I am redoing this all over again. So much fun. Anyway, I'm just going to get started. It's been a couple of days since I could record, so I'm trying to record as much as I can while my child sleeps. Anyway, here we go. Neither of us break Emmeline's concentration by speaking. We stand idly by and watch as she tries time and time again. I am surprised when Ophelia leans towards me and begins to whisper. Lucette, I've been meaning to say this before, but I am grateful you are friends with my daughter. What? I look at Ophelia's smiling face in surprise. I never agreed to be her friend. You are not against Princess making friends with her servants? Why would I be? I actually wish more of the staff here wouldn't be so uptight, since I would love for Emmeline to be on good terms with the people who serve her. Besides, social status is never an obstacle to friendship. Ophelia shifts her gaze back to Emmeline, who is now picking up the book that has once again fallen from her head. No matter your occupation or status, a friend is always a friend. You've given Emmeline the courage she needs to face the many challenges she has ahead of her. In a way, you're like family, since you're always around. Like family. Come what may, both family and friends are there for you and will accept you for who you are. Even before I was cursed, Emmeline was always trying to be my friend. That means she knew all along who my mother was, and still wanted to be my friend. The thought makes me remember what Parfait told me about Mother threatening to kill Ophelia if the king did not marry her. I turned to Ophelia, curious. Your Majesty, may I ask what you know about the late Queen's rule? Ophelia looks at me quizzically. So, I quickly add a thoughtless lie. I was not in Angers, and have only heard stories. I just thought it was so hard to believe. My God, I can't read. I just thought it was so hard to believe what with how peaceful things are in the palace right now. The kingdom was a dark place back then. People lived in fear under her rule. The king had no real power over Angers. The witches had free reign over the kingdom. They cast the fairy tale curse incessantly, on a whim. We barely left our houses in fear of becoming cursed. Mother's reign was that terrible? The king still blames himself for the darkness that befell Angers during that time. This is why he works day in and out to stabilize the country and to put smiles on everyone's faces. I remember long ago how he told me one of the reasons he would always continue to work hard for this kingdom was because he wanted to make a brighter tomorrow for his children. Ophelia looks confused for a few moments, then brushes off the awkwardness with a small chuckle. He helps his family in his own way. Is it possible that he said that with me in mind? And Ophelia's slip-up. But then, maybe he was always referring to Emmeline and Rod. The kingdom's come a long way since then, hasn't it? There are still witches here and there, but most of them don't bother others. I pray that the peace we are experiencing right now will last. I see. Thank you for telling me. It is a bit of a dreary topic, but I'm happy to have helped. If you need anything else, please don't hesitate to call on me. I know it may not be traditional protocol for a queen, but then I do not consider myself a typical queen. I try my best to listen to everyone, regardless of what their title or name might be. can only nod at her response. Princess or maid, the way Ophelia has treated me has never changed. She has always treated me with kindness, regardless of who I am. I never saw it before because I was always so distant from everyone, but now I see that Ophelia treats everyone here with kindness, regardless of their social status. I was always frustrated by the servants when they compared Ophelia to Mother, saying she was superior, but now I think I understand why they would make such comparisons. Emmeline dismisses me after my lessons, and I begin to head immediately back to my room. I had just turned a corner when I noticed Sir Alcaster standing before me, scowling. "Watch where you're going, child." I quickly avert my gaze, not wanting a confrontation. He always looks at me with so strangely, almost like he can see into my mind, or is trying to. "My apologies, Sir Alcaster." Sir Alcaster nods, his head at me stiffly before walking off. "You are pardoned, Princess." Oh, does he know? Is he cursed? Weird. I turn to stare after him, but he has already turned the corner. My blood becomes cold. Was that a slip of the tongue? But how else could he know that I am the princess? Is it possible that he is cursed? No. Somehow that does not seem right. But if he does not have the fairy tale curse, could he be a witch? Could he be the witch that Delora warned me about? What reason would he have for unveiling his identity then? Unless he just wants to intimidate me further. It occurs to me that Fritz still remembers who I am. Did he tell his father about me? Now I am even more confused about whom I should trust. Lucette? I jump when I hear Rod call me. His expression slowly creases with something that looks like worry. Oh, is he worried about us? You're pale. Did something happen? We're going to tell him. Sir Alcaster knows I'm the princess. Do you think he is the witch Delora is talking about? I whisper the words to him, and he responds by raising his eyebrows, looking surprised. What makes you say that? This is just because of the standoffish way he acts, is it? You don't believe me. Rod sighs. I never said I didn't. It's just that we can't just blindly accuse anyone without any real proof. I don't know why I said within our. Rod stares at me for a few moments, then closes his eyes, his eyebrows slightly furrowed with thought. Sir Fitzgerald also remembers who you are. I do not want to be suspicious of Fritz, but I don't think blindly trusting him would be right either, given these circumstances. You need to stay vigilant around him. If anything happens, you can come talk to me about it. You're worried about me? Rod averts his gaze from me. Of course I am. Aww. You're actually being honest. What? Rod glares at Zebby before pinching his cheek. Anyway, I must leave now. I have a dance practice for. I think I read that wrong, Widowa. Dance? But you already know how to dance. What do you have left to practice? Rod does not answer and only walks away. I decide to follow after him. Why did you follow me? I shrug. I wanted to see you practice. To be honest, I want to see him dance. I already know that Emmeline is very clumsy when it comes to dancing, but outside of the one practice with Emmeline, I have never seen Rod dance. Emmeline always gloats on his behalf, but I have yet to witness Rod's supposed talent with my own eyes. Our dance together was so short, I barely had any time to judge him. I do not practice with an audience. Why? It is my preference. Rod is easily embarrassed. Rod groans and pinches one of Sebby's cheeks, glowering. Sorry. Rod reluctantly releases the bunny with a sigh. I notice you have been talking more lately, Sebby. Oh, that's because Rod here has been saying things that contradict what he thinks or feels. Sebby makes a sound of defeat as Rod once again pinches one of his cheeks. Rod stares at me with wide eyes, and I stare back, beginning to panic. What is wrong? You smiled again. I put a hand to my mouth, flushing. I was smiling again? I never even noticed. It was a pretty smile, Princess, right, Rod? Oh, look at that blush. Rod quickly turns away, cheeks slightly pink. I need to practice now, so I would appreciate you leaving. I am actually going to leave this here. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!